I'd like to formally welcome you to this gathering, which is basically the public presentation of the book, Challenges of Development, which is a compendium of speeches of Prince Gboyega Isiaka, GNI. Can we put it together for him, ladies and gentlemen, please?
This time is thus appropriate for a contribution to the reflections on how far we have come as a country and what needs to be done to move forward. And when we are talking at the country, we can easily infer it to a state. This event is therefore conceived to recognize the efforts and appreciate the contributions and opportunities provided by the leaders and mentors, professional and political colleagues, families and friends of our erudite, consummate professional, practical and proactive manager of men and resources, Prince Gboyega Isiaka.
What I think brought all of us here is celebrating intellect. And I think that's a new dawn for Nigeria. When you can have a whole field to this capacity only to celebrate intellect and not to share money. I must say this, that looking at the extras and the topics, I want to congratulate the celebrants, because these kind of things must have come from a very rich mind, exposed mind, and a mind that wanted development for Nigeria at all costs.
Coming on your screens, the various screens that we have right here are bits of the thoughts of Gboyega Isiaka, GNI.
Am I just unconsciously gliding on the boat of wishes of close acquaintances? These questions come up. A few things cross my mind. I think of my own town of Imeko, a sleepy border town in northwestern part of Ogun State, where I lived in the first 16 years of my life. It was the period when the only available drinking water was from either of the two popular rivers. The only available health facility was a government-owned clinic. Power is only generated from kerosene lamps or other locally fabricated devices, and vehicles can be counted almost on fingertips. The mainstay of a near-closed economy was famine, and an average income per capita could not have been anywhere near the much talked about well-banked poverty perimeters. I have therefore seen poverty, felt poverty, and breathed poverty.
It is really my pleasure to attend this book launch by Gboyega Isiaka, former Managing Director, Gateway Holdings Limited. As you are probably aware, our experience in the public sector over the last decade have confirmed to us that there is a whole lot of possibilities to turn around the fortunes of our dear country, if only we take pains to search for brilliant and intelligent people to take part in public administration. When we arrived at state several years ago, we met a state with great but untapped potentials in all ramifications. So much so that in our manifesto at that time, which we call the Contract with Ogun People, we described our state as the sleeping giant.
So, to the glory of God Almighty, please hold this tight chip launcher so that we put it and unveil this wonderful material for this generation and generations yet unborn, to the glory of God. Amen.
book will be presented today, but in a nutshell, what are the challenges in development, looking from Ogun perspective to across Nigeria, even the globe?
Yes, one thing that I must give credit to is Gboyega Isiaka. He's been in government in the last 80 years with His Excellency Otumba Gbenga Daniel, the former governor of Ogun State. He has worked closely with him, and you will agree with me that taking Ogun State to where we are today, there's a lot of challenges, and he's been able to put all his experiences together. And you can be rest assured that virtually everything in Nigeria, people play politics with. So it's a challenge in development. Quite a number of things. You want to do one thing or the other, but people inject it with politics, partisan politics. It is not going well for Nigeria. If at every step we make, we don't ensure partisan politics, it's a challenge to our development. And these are some of the things we'll be seeing in this book. And also how he has been able to surmount most of these challenges is the expos that we'll be seeing today. It's a great book. It's a great book. It's a must read.
There is no better time to have a book like this in our book market. What am I talking about? I look at the situation where the basic problem with Nigeria today is the challenge of development. It's stunted growth, non-inclusive growth, economic growth without development, actually. And so when you have someone like Gboyega Isiaka, a GNI in political circles, coming up with a compendium of speeches, actually, his thoughts on the whole gamut of issues relating to development and other leadership issues, then you should know that it's a book that is coming in both at the right time, and there cannot be a better time to have a book on development as far as Nigeria is concerned.
It's a very, very worthy endeavor of a friend, and especially the young man who was worrying about, to record all his sayings on development. The book launch, the book itself is about development, and I came here for that purpose, development. If we keep complaining about what is wrong with our society, we are actually putting thoughts on paper. Any material at all that has been committed down into writing as a book is worthy of celebration. Because even Daniel in the scriptures said he knew by the books. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing. You don't know anything until you have read or heard. He has written his thoughts, and that is worthy of celebration, and that is the whole essence of today's event.